Now, Anjem Choudary, do you remember that name? That is, I mean, some would say a hate preacher, some would say a radical preacher. But anyway, whatever your description of him is, he was banned from speaking in public. But that ban has now been lifted following the end of conditions imposed after his release from prison. He was jailed after being convicted of inviting support for the Islamic State. And now he's given his first public speech this afternoon. He was released, of course, in 2018, subject to more than 20 conditions, including then no public speaking or talking to the media. That ban, however, expired at midnight last night. But should it have done? Got to be honest, I would say no to that. But joining me now to discuss this is Dr. Alan Mendoza, the founder of the Henry Jackson Society. Good evening to you. First of all, Alan, let me ask you, I mean, my instinct when I asked that question, should Anjem Choudary be allowed to speak in public again on such topics as he was previously doing, my answer to that would be no. But that is based simply on basic common sense. Am I wrong?
No, you'll be so unsurprised to hear, Michelle, you're not wrong on this issue at all. I mean, you've outlined already what he did. I mean, he spent many years radicalizing, preaching hatred, preaching division, linked to over 100 jihadist terrorists in various ways, by newspapers, by others who pointed out the connections he had. Went to jail, of course, for having, incited support for Islamic State. Then was given some of the most strictest conditions on his parole, 20 different conditions ranging from no public speaking to controlled use of the internet, not meeting anyone with a connection to radicalization, etc., all that sort of thing. And now suddenly, magically, it all ends, and he's already out saying he doesn't regret a thing.
So what happens now then? Is he just basically free to continue doing what he was before? Is he free to continue doing things such as inviting support or suggesting support for the Islamic State?
Well, he's not free to do that, because if he does that, he'll go back to jail again. That is a criminal offence. The thing with Anjem Choudary was that he was very careful until his conviction to stay just on the right side of the law, just doing enough in how he phrased things, just doing enough in his activities to ensure that he wasn't actually arrested and put away. That, of course, ended when he got his conviction, but doubtless he will look again and try and stay within the bounds of the law while still being as radical as possible. And I suppose the danger is that he will do much of what he did prior to his conviction, where undoubtedly his words have had an influence on of various individuals who went on to commit terrorist offences, and will hope to do similar. I think it's interesting to see, exactly what he said today. He said, "I didn't do anything wrong. Essentially, I was a victim of faith. I don't believe I was part of any prescribed groups," and showing no signs of contrition at all.
Right, but OK then, let's play devil's advocate here. I mean, what would you say to people that will say, well, hang on a second, because free speech is surely for everybody, and that must include the people whose opinions you perhaps might not like?
Well, again, it depends on how far you push free speech. If you push it into the realm of hate speech, when you have legislation, when you have laws that will stop that speech from being said, then clearly the state has a right to take action to protect other people. And we could certainly argue and say whether or not he should be free to spread his lies and propaganda. That's, up to a discussion. But if it crosses into the realm of illegality, I think there's no dispute there.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.